Howdy folks, BoDean 52. I can't tell you after 4.5 months of winter in Michigan how excited I am to take that first ride on my 2021 Road Glide Limited. I'm even happier because this is the first ride since I've had a Stage 2 done. Well, as my bride would say, Mrs. BoDean, it's been a right good while since we've chatted. And hope the new year is finding you all well. If you live in Michigan, it's April. It's really the first time you can almost get out on the motorcycle. And I'm super excited to share what I have done to my 2021 Road Glide Limited this winter. And this is the first ride I wanted to share the performance changes I made to the bike with all of you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Welcome to the craziness. If you're coming back, welcome back. I appreciate you guys and gals for sure. So, what the heck do you do in Michigan in the wintertime? You have too many cocktails, eat too much, procreate, and you do stuff to your motorcycle. That's what we do in Michigan in the winter. And the last one I definitely did and decided to make some changes to this bike, the Milwaukee 8, that if you follow my channel, you'll know I said after I was going to do Stage 1. Matter of fact, I did a video that I'll leave in the description. I think it was titled, No More. And here I am to tell you, it was all a lie. I didn't do it on purpose. I really had good intentions, but it was definitely a lie. So why do the Stage 2? Well, in the fall, I've been going back and forth with buying an ADV bike. And finally decided that instead of doing that, I was going to put the money into this bike. Now, that didn't go exactly as I planned, and I'll share that with you at another time, but so on this bike, I did make the decision to put a Stage 2 on it. Was installed by the dealership, and it is beautiful. It's a little cold, it's a little nippy, but it's still fantastic. So focus, BoDean, focus. It's been a while. All right, so let me tell you what was done to the bike, and then I'm going to go over some dyno numbers, which in my mind is way overplayed. All I care about is the butt dyno, to be honest with you. But I'll give you that data because I know somebody's going to ask me. So when I bought the bike, I did put a Stage 1 on it. And by Stage 1, I meant I put slip-ons on it, high-performance air, and I did put the Harley Pro Tuner on it. Now, a lot of folks will tell you is if you don't change out the headpipe, it's really not a Stage 1. That's a different argument. Most of the guys, and I do have one guy that's lead mechanic at the dealer I go to says, yeah, we call that a dirty Stage 1, but it's not dirty if you're in love. Anyway, focus again. Man, I'm going to have focus problems again this year, obviously. So that's what I had on the bike. So I decided to make the changes to the bike, and here's what I did. The first thing I did was I had a new headpipe put on. So got rid of all that junk, if you will, so the bike can breathe like it's supposed to. So that was the first thing that we made sure that we did to the motorcycle. And by the way, if you're looking at performance and stuff right now, I am just cruising right now because I want to get out in an area where I can really get on it. And I really have just had the bike out here for about 15-20 minutes this year, so I'm being a little bit careful of just getting going for sure. Man, I missed that barn, America. I'm going to stop there this year. That's a whole nother story. But in addition to the headpipe, I decided to go with the tuner, the Harley tuner, and I went with the torque one. Now, there's a lot of other great channels that will talk about cams. I decided with the torque cam, not the performance cam. And again, there's some great videos about which one to choose. At the end of the day, for me, who's mostly a cruiser, I want to be able to get going quick. I want some passing power under 3,500, and that performance stuff that's just not me, right? That's just not. I don't play out at those high rev levels. So it made a lot of sense to me. And then of course, with that, since I had the Pro Street tuner on it anyway, it got tuned up and put on the dyno. So they finally did it, put it on the dyno, and here are the results from the dyno, and I'll put them up here after I get done talking in case I misspeak. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I misspoke. So in general, and I understand they do, and I am not a mechanic, but they do, the dyno numbers come from either the crank or from the back wheel. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, educate me. And the dyno is from the back wheel. So we're going to be talking about those numbers. And it's interesting because Harley really does not talk to you about horsepower numbers. They tell you torque numbers out of the factory, which is not at the back wheel, by the way. So here are the numbers, the best I know, and feedback from the dealership. I did not have it dynoed pre-cam change. So the first is that this Milwaukee 8 runs from a horsepower perspective stock at about 85 or 86. And after the change, it is now 102 horsepower. I think it's roughly 19 or 20%. So hey, that's pretty good. I'm excited about that, and understand that that's a halfway decent number. Again, you folks that know more about that can share. But the most important numbers, which are the torque. Now, the torque was really hard to figure out because I know, at least the stock, some people are saying, well, it's 100. It is 105. Then I saw somebody said it was 109. So let's call it 105 or 100. Let's call it 105. The no torque numbers on this thing is almost 126. So I think it's about 18-19%, something like that. But here's a flash of the numbers right here, as well as the dyno. So, but as we talked about, to me, what matters most is that I can find my turn signal, number one. Number two is that low-end torque is what I really want to test out and what I'm the most excited about. So the bike definitely sounds better. Oh, by the way, I do have Cobra 909 slants as a muffler on this, just as an FYI. All right, we're going to give this guy a little bit of time because we finally have a little bit of straightaway. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Wow, 70. Holy crap. All of you folks, that was just in fifth gear. All of you folks that said, dude, forget about the stage one. You are not going to open up that bike till you get that cat out and get a stage 2 and a cam on it. And I just have the torque cam. Wow. I actually found myself short shifting there because I'm just not so used to being able to get that speed at that low of a rev. How does that freaking feel cool? Man, it is a difference right out of the hole for sure. So I'm trying not to be stupid here, but I can't help it. Because this is part of it, right? Can you get by quick? Oh man, we're up to 85. Wow! It's Christmas in Michigan! That is really, really nice. Wow. Super, super excited, as you can tell with that. There is no doubt that it is a different motorcycle with the Stage 2 on it. Now, again, I said I was never going to do this because it didn't matter that much to me. And I will tell you that I won't do more than a Stage 2 on it. Because I know a couple folks know I did this and are always like, you should have just did a Stage 4. Blah, blah. I'm not going to do that. I do know at the end of the day, the more you play with the motor, the more challenges you may or may not have. So I totally get that. But this really feels different. You saw me kind of pull around that truck. I was already doing 65 at that point. And again, don't want to be stupid, but man, does that feel good. It is without a doubt a different feel. Now, this is just that first ride. And of course, I get behind the slowest people around. So your first reaction is, well, let's go. We got a Stage 2. Let's roll with this thing, right? But probably whizzing in front of that truck isn't the best idea. But I got to tell you what, folks, I am impressed. And I know that there's a lot of folks that can do the cam themselves. I did make the decision not to get into a warranty conversation, but I did decide to go with the Screaming Eagle tuner. I think it's a 445, 447. It's right there. Torque cam. And, I do have the extended coverage on the motorcycle for, I don't know, for like 4 years, something like that. And getting it done at the dealer, as well as using Screaming Eagle stuff, from my understanding, puts me in really, really good shape as far as a warranty. Did that guy see me pass the truck? What did I do? Uh-oh. So, that police officer right there, and by the way, if you're a man or woman in blue, you work for the fire department, you're in healthcare, you're a teacher, thank you, first of all. But do you think that police officer right there heard the news that I had a Stage 2 and he's out looking for me? That's what I think happened right there. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, folks. I just wanted to share my initial thoughts on this. As I spend more time on the bike, I'll share a little bit more with what I did. I'll put all of the parts and stuff in the description with some pricing in there, just so you know at least what I paid for it. Maybe high, maybe low. I'm sure I get a lot of feedback one way or the other on that, and that is awesome. But I wanted to definitely share this with you, and I really feel like the Stage 2, and I know there's more that I could have done with a different cam, but it feels really, really good. And I'm super excited on that first ride on my 2021 Road Glide Limited. Appreciate you folks. You be safe out there. Check on a friend. And if you're new to the channel, hey, go ahead, hit that subscribe and like button. Love to have you come along. Help me with my focus problems. Check on a friend, folks. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah.